Hello, friends. Nice to meet you again. This is teacher Laban Mugume from Uganda. And of course, this is Sahalsoftware College, the college that gives you many services, of course, without forgetting English courses and Forex courses. So I'm a teacher of English, of course, from Uganda. And this time, this lesson is for pre-intermediate students. So let's discuss about what adverbs of time mean. Adverbs of time mean what? Means what? Adverbs of time tell us when, for how long, and how often a certain action happened. For how long? For how long is the length of the action, the time the action takes. When is when, the time means the time when the action happened, and for how long is the length of the action, and how often is the number of time the action repeats. So those three things can be explained by adverbs of time. When, for the time, the starting of the action, the beginning of action, that is when. For how long? What was the length of the action? From morning to evening, from Monday to Friday, the length, the time. And how often? It means how many times the action repeats itself. That one is adverb of, those ones are adverbs of time, and that one is how often. How often means how many times the action repeats itself, and then for how long, it talks about the length of the action, and then when is the beginning or the start of the action. So, this is what we are going to discuss about. This is very interesting because you know time is very important. Some people say time is money. I think time is money. So when you waste your time, you waste your life. So don't waste time. And when you're talking about time, please listen attentively. Listen attentively because this is very, very important lesson. That's why I told you that at Sahalsoftware College, we give you the best service in the whole world. Now, let's start with early. Of course, there are many adverbs of time, but these are some of them. Early. Early, if I say we wake up early, this one answers the question when. It answers the question when. It does not answer the question how long. It does not answer the question how often, but it answers the question when. Because I don't know when you wake up, and I need to know. Now, we wake up early answers the question when. Now, the answer is we wake up early, but the question is when do you wake up, or when do we wake up? When do we wake up? Then you say we wake up early. When do you wake up? I wake up at 7. I wake up at 8. I wake up at 8, at 9. That's the time. So when someone say we wake up early, that is when the action happens. That's very important. That answers the question when. Adverb of time are very important because they talk about when you do the action, how long you do the action, how often you do the action. Now, early means, of course, the opposite of early is late. When someone is done earlier or when something is done, or when the action is done. Like if it's waking up, you wake up in the morning, then you say that is early. But if you wake up in the evening, that one we say it is late. So early, it's not very hard, because at this level you can understand it. Now let's go to already. Now before I explain the meaning of the word already, I want to first ask you the difference between these two sentences. If I say I have gone, I have already gone. Now I can ask you, can you elaborate or clarify the difference between the two? Now, if this is present perfect and this is present perfect, why did they create already? Now, there is the difference here. And the difference, of course, it is time. The time, because time is very important. If I say I have gone, just I'm talking about near past, not very far. Maybe 1 hour, maybe 2 hours, maybe 10 minutes, I have gone. But when I say I have already gone, it means the action happened before. The action happened earlier than expected. So when we use already, it means we are talking about action happening earlier than expected. Let me elaborate that. If I give you exam, the exam takes 1 hour. And for you, you finish the exam after 40 minutes. Don't say I have finished. No. You must say I have already finished, to show that you finished before the expected time. That's why you say I have already finished, to show that something happened than the expected time. Yes, in Uganda here, when you want to get married, it's advisable to marry a girl who is 18 years plus. But in some countries, they say 13, it's okay. 13 years, it's okay. Now, when the girl from another country comes to Uganda, and the Ugandan man will think that maybe she is single. Now, in case he wants to talk about something, about maybe relationship, and I say, are you single? She say, no, me, I am already married. Because for him, he thinks that it is too early for him, for her to get married. But for her, she will say, I am already married. It means she got married before the expected time. If I can give you another example, if I say she has already left, it means she was supposed to leave at 10 a.m., but she left like at 9:40. If someone comes looking for her, you cannot say she has gone. No. You will say she has already gone, because she went or she has gone before the expected time. Because the expected time is 10. That's when we use already. So this already answers the question when. It answers the question when. If you're writing, I say, have you finished? Then you can say, yes, I have already finished. Because I expect you maybe to finish after 2 hours. No, after 20 minutes. Then for you, finish after 10 minutes. Then you will say, I have already finished. That is very important, because it answers the question, when. Thank you. Now, I think I gave an example. I gave example number 2. I said, I have already finished my homework. The question is, have you or have I finished my homework? then the answer is I have already finished my homework. So when you use already, it means you are talking about something happening earlier than expected. Something happening earlier than expected. That's very important for you to understand. Thank you so much. Then let's go to soon. Soon means not specific but future. Soon means not now, but near future. I'm coming soon. You don't know when, but not very far. Near future. Not very far, but you are not specific. If I say we will meet soon, I'm not specific. I have not told you about the time, but for you in your mind, you should think that, you should know that it is not very far. We will meet soon. That is time. It answers the question when. When will we meet? We will meet soon. Only. As simple as that. So it means it will answer the question when. So soon it is near future. It is not talking about long time. It talks about short time in the future. But it is not specific when. Next week, next month, you are not specifying exactly. But in your mind, you should know that it is not very far. That is soon. Thank you so much. Now, still is very important also. It's very, very important because it shows that the action is not yet completed. Hello, where are you? I am still in Uganda. It means you haven't gone from Uganda. You are still there. For example, if I say, I will go tomorrow morning, I will go, or I can say, I will. Okay, let me maintain this. I will go tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow morning I will call you and say, hello, have you gone? I can say no. I am still at home. I am still in Uganda. It means you haven't done the action. The action is still going on. In fact, when we use still, most of the times we put ing. Why do you put ing? Because it shows that the action is going on. It shows that the action is still moving on. But if you use still with adjectives, I'm still around, I'm still busy, I'm still, those ones are adjectives. You don't put ing. Because ing, mainly we put them on verbs only. I'm still busy. Huh? If you call me, say, hello, where are you? I'm sorry, I'm still busy. Hello, have you finished the lesson? Can we meet in town? I can say, I'm sorry, I'm still busy. I'm still teaching. Because teaching is action. I'm still writing the lesson. Huh? Because I'm still single. If you are 40 years old, when you are introducing yourself in the public, it's better to say, I am still single and searching, maybe if you are looking for someone. Because at 40 years, we expect you to look for someone. So you should put still to show that the action is still, not the action, the situation is still moving. So, I'm still single. It means before 10 years, you were single. Until now, you are still single. So you say, I am still single. It means the action, the situation is still moving. Because single is not action, that's why I say the situation. Because single is adjective. Now, that is what you call still. It means the action or something is still moving. Something, the action is not yet completed. It needs more time. Then let's go to before. Before is very easy. Pre-intermediate students, you should understand the word before. I think before I speak, some people, they speak before they think. Some people, they eat before they wash their hands. But I think the best one, or the better one, is to wash hands before you eat. But some people, they eat before they wash their hands. I don't know why. Maybe it's a disease, but it's not good. So before means the time. It talks about the time. If I say, I think I've given example, number 5, I eat before I sleep. Yes. You cannot sleep and then you wake up at night at 11, then you start eating. I think that's a bad habit. So it means before you do the action, I eat before I sleep. It means it is not yet. Like if this is sleep, it's not after. It is before the time. So that is before. It's not very hard. That's why I'm not putting a lot of time. I don't want to put more time on before because it is not very hard. Then until, we saw it somewhere, but until talks about up to the time, that up to a point that I can say let us remain here until she comes. Let us remain here until she comes. When she comes, we will go. That's the meaning. If you say until she comes, it means when she comes, another action will what? Will happen. But before she comes, you cannot go. So it means this is connected to this. Let us remain here until she comes. When she comes, it means the next step is to go. That one is what you call until. Then another one, it is very important, yet. I want to write it again here. Yet. When do we use yet? Yet, my friends, is used to talk about, it is used in two ways. It is commonly used in negative and questions. In positive, we don't use yet. Why? Because if I say, actually, yet is the opposite of already. Because already, it means something takes short time than expected. And yet, it means something takes longer time than expected. If I use the other example that I gave you about exam, if the exam takes 1 hour, and for you, you want to take 1 hour and 30 minutes. Then after 1 hour and 2 minutes, I will say, have you finished? Then you can say, not yet. That is negative. Not yet. That's negative. So it means, why do we use yet? It means something takes longer, takes long time than expected. Because me, I think at 1 hour, you are done. But if you add some time, it means that's when you should use yet. Have you gone yet? That's the question. So yet, mainly, it is used in two ways, I mean. Question and negative sentence. Now, let me write example. For haven't yet left. We haven't yet left. It means you are taking long to leave. We haven't yet gone. We haven't yet left. She hasn't yet come. So it means she's taking long before she comes. That is yet. And then usually It is used in present simple to talk about how many times. So it answers the question, how long? I mean how often, not how long, sorry. It answers the question, how often? Because usually it means something repeats for many times. Then second last, frequently, because usually it's not very hard for you. Then frequently means something happens many times. Let me first give an example. I visit Uganda frequently. It means something like on and off. Something happening, like you go to Uganda, you come back. You go to Uganda, you come back. That is frequently. Like if I say I visit Uganda frequently, it means I go to Uganda, I come back to Somalia. I go to Uganda, I come back to Somalia. Like 1 week in Uganda, another week in Somalia. 1 week in Uganda, another week in Somalia. So it means something is frequent. If I say I have frequent headache, it means 5 minutes I have headache. After 5 minutes, I am okay. That one is something frequent. Something repeating after some time. You stop, it starts. It stops, it starts. That one is frequently. So if I say I visit Uganda frequently, it means some weeks I'm in Uganda, other weeks I'm in another country. So I don't stay there for a long time. I stay there maybe for 1 week. Then after that, I go back to my country maybe. So if I say I visit Uganda frequently, it means you go there like 1 week there and another week doing other businesses. So that's why I said I visit Uganda frequently. Then lastly is rarely. Rarely means almost not. Almost not. If I say she rarely comes here, it means almost not. It means she takes long time. She takes long time coming here. She rarely comes, because this is present simple. She rarely comes here. So, of course, rarely is mainly used with present simple, and in present simple, when we use she as a subject, we must put s. So that's why I said she rarely comes here. And with yet and already, they are mainly used, commonly used with present perfect. That's why you are seeing me using haven't and hasn't. So thank you so much for listening to me. In your free time, you will make 10 sentences using those adverbs of time that I have given in your free time.